best position itself to compete in the global economy?
Well, I think the thing to remember about our nation is that while we'll never have the number of scientists and engineers that China or India may have, we have the most innovative people in the world. And we can innovate our way out of about any problem you can imagine. What we have failed to do in recent years is to put the emphasis on math and science education that would allow us to grow our scientists and our engineers here at home again. You know, we have to import scientists and engineers because we haven't given adequate emphasis to that. We have an opportunity to lead the world once again and to grow our economy. That will only happen if we embrace the kind of investment in infrastructure that we used to do as a nation, the kind of emphasis we used to put on research and development. Those are the things that are going to create the good jobs of tomorrow right here in New Mexico. We were the second state in the nation, or the first state in the nation last year for venture capital growth because of our focus here in New Mexico with the labs, with our entrepreneurs at UNM and other universities on science and technology. That is our ability to outcompete the rest of the world.
Mr. White?
It's two-part. First of all, taxes. Right now in America, our business rate is 35%. In Europe, that 35%, by the way, is the second highest of developed worlds. Because in Europe, it's about 25%. And we're automatically putting ourselves at a disadvantage when it comes to competing in this global economy. The second part of it is education. You know, in China, they have 1 in 7 of their students are considered high honors in math and science. That 1 in 7 equates to every child we have in public schools in America. We do not graduate 50% of our children from the Albuquerque public schools. We have to reform our education system in this country, or we will lose our footing as a world superpower economically because of it. The H-1B visas in this country, every year the country puts out about 65,000 at the beginning of the year. They are taken immediately. What they are is high-tech and high-skill jobs that from our companies here in America want to attract from other countries. They are begging us to expand those because we can't meet the needs of our workforce in this country. So we must reform our education process so that we can compete in that global economy. Otherwise, as I stated, we are going to be in trouble as a world leader.
Mr. Heinrich?
Sure. You know, I think the first thing we need to do to reform our education system is to start at the elementary school level. And when I think back to the person who had the most impact on me and the direction I took in terms of my education, probably was behind, you know, me eventually becoming a mechanical engineer. It was actually my first grade teacher. And she was incredible, a woman named Mrs. Taylor. And she fostered in me an incredible scientific curiosity that has been driven out of our schools by No Child Left Behind. Because of the way the testing is structured, there is almost no science in elementary school today. We need to change that.
Mr. White?
That's absolutely right. You know, No Child Left Behind has a lot to do with education in New Mexico. Just ask any teacher. You want to start a real robust conversation? Walk into a teacher's lounge and ask them how they feel about No Child Left Behind. But there's something you should know about No Child Left Behind. It only amounts to less than 3% of our overall total education budget. But it controls everything we do in education in this state and in this country. And that needs to change. We have to stop trapping our children in failing schools. It's true. It is the civil rights issue of the 21st century. If we want to change our education process, let's make sure the critical education decisions are not made in Washington. They're made here at the local level. Superintendents, parents, and teachers. That's how we'll ultimately reform this process.